Hey everyone, happy Saturday, happy weekend, and welcome back to another episode of Literally What, your favorite weekend podcast where we talk all things that might have you saying literally what. I hope everyone had an amazing week. We are creeping up into October, which is actually kind of insane. I can't believe that I'm even saying that. But it does feel right. It's somewhat getting cooler in the morning where I'm at. I have been in full fall decor mode, so I'm kind of hoping that me decorating and me getting all my like sweaters out is a sign that the weather's going to start cooperating with where my brain and head are at. But yeah, I'm excited to get into today's episode. Obviously, we have so much to talk about. There is like just so much that has been going on. And again, I mention this like all the time, but I do write out all of like the timestamps for each story we talk about. So if I'm recapping some show, for instance, that you don't even watch, you can just go look at the timestamps and skip ahead, skip over any stories that you want. And yeah, that way you're not like listening to me talk about something that you literally don't care about. And if you want to listen to something that, you know, I do talk about that you enjoy, then you can just skip that as well. You know, you do what you want, you know? But yeah, I guess without any further ado, I know this is going to be a lot of talking and information this week. So let's just go ahead and get into all of the stories this week. All right, so first off, we're going to jump into the Emmys. I did not watch the Emmys. I think I'm at that point in my life where award shows are just like too long and too boring for me. But when I know that there are certain people or shows that I am interested in seeing, I definitely make sure to keep up with the winners of certain award shows. Specifically with the Emmys this year, I knew that a lot of characters from the show Severance were nominated, and I was crossing my fingers, praying and hoping that all my favorite cast members on the show Severance were going to be winning an Emmy, because to me, Severance is probably, if you know me, like I watch the same shows over and over again. It calms my anxiety. It has something to do with like the brain if you have anxiety to like watch your comfort shows. So I don't watch new shows hardly ever, excluding like, you know, reality shows. But Severance I watched, and that is probably one of the best shows, if not the best show I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And it takes a lot for me to get into like a show, especially a drama, and also just be like so infatuated to not even like grab my phone. If I'm watching your show and not grabbing my phone or like doing something else on a different screen, that's how I know you're good, because my attention span is the size of a goldfish. It's so bad. But we're going to talk about who won some of these Emmys, because some did and some didn't. And, you know, I might have to disagree with a lot of that, but, you know, it's not up to me. I'm not choosing the winners. So I'm going to just kind of skip through and pick apart things that I think you guys might care to hear, because I feel like a lot of the times all of these awards, like when just award shows in general, we literally, I feel like, care about 3 to 5 awards, and everything else is just kind of stupid or we don't care. But let's get into some of the winners. So one that I was really excited for was the winner of the reality competition program, and the Traitors did win that. You guys know we talk about the Traitors on this podcast. I think it's one of the greatest competition shows ever, even though it's very new. Survivor also was nominated, and I'm also a big Survivor girl, but I do love the Traitors, and so I do agree that it did win, because it's just taken over and is one of the best. And then when we get into the Severance winners, we have lead actress in a drama series, and Britt Lauer won for Severance. What the helly, my queen. I honestly have been thinking about being her for Halloween. When my husband and I were watching it, I think it was last year when it came out, a few months ago. And I was like, I'm a redhead, this would be perfect. But I'm like, do I want to be walking around at like a Halloween party in like office attire? Even though I don't work in an office, I work from home. But I was like, I don't know. But we'll see if I end up doing that. Maybe I'll just do it for like my Halloween episode. But we'll see. Anyway, happy for her. And then we had a supporting actor in a drama series, Tremel Tillman, who won that as well. My king. I love him. He is just one of the best actors ever, one of the best on the show, so he definitely deserved that. Adam Scott did not win an Emmy for Severance, and I was shocked. I think a lot of people were shocked at this, and I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it at all. I think that his character is the heart of the show, and I just think everyone in that show did such an amazing job, and I was really upset that he did not win. But you know what? There's always next season. So that's really all I cared about when we were talking about the Emmys, because that's also the only show I think I've watched that was nominated is Severance, and I picked a good one to watch because it's like literally one of the best shows ever. But congrats to all of them. I'm sad that Adam didn't win, but next year, guys, next year he's gonna win the Emmy. Okay, let's get into our next story, which is some super exciting news that we've heard rumored for a while and didn't know if it was just rumor, if it was actually happening. But Camp Rock 3 is officially happening, and I am actually so ecstatic for this. I feel like a lot of times movies that continue on years later with like sequels, prequels, it can get kind of annoying, but this I'm excited for because Disney's Camp Rock 3 has officially began filming, and we are going to see the return of all 3 Jonas Brothers, and they are also going to be joining Demi Lovato, who is an executive producer in this Disney film. So I don't think she's in the movie. I think she's producing it. I would have loved to have seen her in the movie reprising her role, but I am glad that we are getting the Jonas Brothers because they also are a big part of the Camp Rock series. But they began shooting, and people online have been getting lots of videos of behind the scenes. A lot of people didn't know if this was happening or not, and then we got, you know, the Jonas Brothers at this camp. We got pictures and photos of the set, and everyone was like, this has to be a Camp Rock's movie set, and it was. So Joe, Nick, and Kevin are all on board to reprise their roles as Shane, Nate, and Jason Gray in the upcoming 3rd installment. And then Demi Lovato, who played Mitchie, she is just being an executive producer. But they said the story is going to pick up when the 3 boys lose their opening act for a major reunion tour, returning to their beloved Camp Rock to discover the next big thing, which I think is kind of a cool plot line. I was wondering how they were going to kind of bring it back. And basically the campers are going to come back and vie for a chance to open for their favorite band. Tensions are going to rise, friendships are going to be tested, leading to unexpected alliances, revelations, and romances. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really good movie. This will be on Disney Plus. I don't think this is going to be a big thing in the theaters. But I would definitely be tuning in to Disney Plus because any old Disney Channel original movie, I'm here for. I'm always here for. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a really great movie. I am kind of sad again that Demi's only producing and not going to be in the film. But at least we get something. You know, like something's better than nothing. And I think it's going to end up being a really great movie. And yeah, I'm excited. And this is for like us. Like this is not for the younger generation to watch this movie. Like I'm sure they're going to watch it, but like us who grew up watching Camp Rock 1 and Camp Rock 2 and just like what that meant to us, the memes, the songs, like this is for us. So everyone just let us have our moment with this movie. You know what I mean? Next story is some more movie news, and it is some book movie news. The HOUSEMAID trailer has come out, and I know people watching the trailer have been hating on it. I'm kind of excited. I know for me, when I read a book, the book is always 1,000 times better than the movie. It just is. And so when I'm reading books that I know are going to be turned into a movie, I don't have this super high expectation for the movie because nothing's going to be like what my brain pictures and imagines when I'm reading the book, right? And so I think it's just cool to be able to see a book I read come to life on a big screen. And so I never have like these crazy high expectations. And a lot of people were just kind of saying the trailer looks bad because of who they have casted. And I don't know. I still think it's going to be a really good movie. But the HOUSEMAID thriller novel by author Frida McFadden is going to be taking the big screen this December. And Paul Feig, he is the director. And he also directed A Simple Favor with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, which is one of my favorite movies as well. And so I just love him as a director. And so I also know that I'm just going to love this movie based off of that. But Sydney Sweeney is going to be playing Millie, who is the ex-convict hired by the wealthy couple. The mom, Nina, is Amanda Seyfried. I feel like I did not say her last name right. And then Andrew Winchester is playing Brandon. And we also have the lawn dude. What's his name? I don't remember what his name was, but he's going to be the lawn guy. And he is, I think, great casting on that part. So this is a really, really, really great book. Just in general, if you love reading and you like books with a twist. Frida McFadden, we have a crazy relationship when it comes to me and reading her books. Her books, to me, I read in between like long fantasy series, or like if I'm reading like really long books, I tend to just grab one of hers. Whenever I drive by myself, which is literally never, but when I do, I'll like download her audiobook, just because they're like easy, fun thriller reads. But let me just tell you, like some of the books she writes, if you've read The Coworker, okay, Turtle, I'll just say that so I don't spoil anything for you. Like I had to take a break from her because I just can't with some of her books. But The Housemaid is probably my first or second for books I've read of hers. I think it's a really amazing book. I didn't see the ending coming at all. If you love reading and you like a little psychological, whatever, thriller, mystery with twists at the end, definitely read this book. And the article was The Housemaid about, so I'll give you a little summary so you know if you want to read it or not. But it basically follows this whole like fallout of this rich married couple, and then they hire this young housekeeper, and then just all this stuff starts happening. And so after Millie moves in, she gets this like, okay, I will say the one thing. So in the book, she goes, or her room is shown to her by Nita, the mom, and it's this like room in the attic. And you know, when I'm picturing it, reading it, it's just this like dusty, like really dark, cold, dreary, tiny little room. And then when they showed the room in the movie trailer, it looks like it's from a Pottery Barn commercial. And I'm like, okay, this is not it at all as you read the book. But besides that, basically she starts to realize that things are amiss in the family, but she needs to keep the job. And it proves to be a dangerous decision. It's such a good book, you guys. Trust me. But listen, I'm excited for this movie. It'll come out December 19th. And like, is this going to be some amazing movie that's nominated for an Oscar? No. But it's going to be a really good story, especially if you don't know what happens. Like if you haven't read the book, it's still going to be a really big shock to people, I think. And it's going to be a great movie. Just like A Simple Favor was a great movie. So I'm excited and can't wait to watch. All right. We're going to do some more TV/movie news / recap news of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Okay. Obviously the finale, the final episode came out. There were a lot of questions that, you know, maybe there will be extra episodes that come out. Maybe we'll get another season. What's going to happen? Is Jenny Han going to change the ending of the book? And we all got our answers. Spoiler alert, Conrad and Belly end up together. I am glad they ended up together. Did I like the final episode? No, I did not. So my biggest thing, and I think this might just be because there weren't a lot of episodes in the seasons of The Summer I Turned Pretty, it was so rushed. Like if you actually look at the amount of time we got of Conrad and Belly like together, it's only like a few minutes. We don't get a lot of them together. And so that was kind of interesting to me. Also her hair, awful. Hated it. I think it looked really bad. I know they wanted to make it look like she'd been in Italy for a while and was really finding herself. Was it Italy? I don't know. Now I'm second guessing, but it just like didn't do it for me. I didn't like it at all. The whole like Jeremiah storyline, the whole like everyone else storyline was just like so weird, going from that to then like Conrad and Belly like doing their thing in Paris, Italy, wherever the heck she was. Now I can't even remember. But like Jeremiah all of a sudden being a chef was so weird to me. I didn't get that storyline. And then him and Denise kissing at the end, I was like, are you just throwing the last two single characters together? The whole Steven and Taylor, love them. But the whole Steven moving and not telling her, and then they are like, now they're going to move. And then like Denise is going somewhere. I don't know. That whole thing was weird. So I guess like they're all going to be together. I don't really know. Taylor's mom, we don't really hear anything else about. I also just didn't like that we didn't get Belly and Conrad reuniting with everyone else. And I'll get to that in a second. But just finale in general, way too rushed. I also hated how Conrad and Belly basically like they get together, they're hooking up, like so happy, blah, blah, blah. she goes to the bathroom, comes back, and is basically like, I guess second guessing, being like, I don't know if I can love you, like I blah blah blah, like are you just loving me because of your mom? And I hated that they had to do that, because then he like leaves, and then my heart's like shattered for him, because Conrad's like crying, and he's an amazing actor, so like I could really empathize with him. I don't think Billy's that great of an actress, sue me, but him just like leaving, getting on the train, crying, and being like, you don't love me anymore, like literally, why'd they have to put that in there? Seriously, there's like 10 minutes left of this freaking episode. And then she all of a sudden somehow in the 2 minutes after he left decides, actually, I do love you, Conrad. Let me chase you down, which I guess they just wanted for dramatic effect at the end of the episode. Like, what are you doing? And then they end up together. Happy ever after. All right. The big news of this is that they announced the Summer I Turned Pretty movie. So there is going to be a movie coming out. I think this is smart only because I needed way more. It was way too rushed. I needed everyone to kind of connect, come back together. I want to see the wedding. I want to see what Susanna's letter had written in it. I just wanted to see so much more. It was way too rushed. And honestly, I think if they just like maybe added more episodes to the last season and tied everything up with a pretty little bow, maybe add an episode with the wedding and everyone kind of reconnecting and all of that happening, they wouldn't have needed to do this big whole movie. But maybe they wanted it to be like that and they wanted us to want more. So then we'd obviously be excited for the movie. And listen, I'm super excited for the movie, but I also think they could have avoided that if they just, you know, made more happen. And like, I don't know. I'm glad that they did it up together, even though I think Conrad deserved way better. But yeah, it's over and now it's weird. Like, what am I going to do with my Wednesdays now? Like, not having that to watch. Because that would be my, like, when I would walk, I would only allow myself to watch that show if I, like, walked on my treadmill. And so now I'm like, I have to find a new show because I need something that's going to be, like, entertaining and keep me, like, distracted. But yeah, excited for that. And the whole Jeremiah, like, when he was cooking in the kitchen and then, like, Taylor and Steven were fighting, like, that was actually kind of funny. But just in general, like, all the scenes over there, I was like, this is just, like, so stupid. Like, what's even happening? The storyline just felt so weird. But anyway, all right, we're going to hop into our next couple stories, some relationship news. The first one is actually so shocking. I didn't think this was a real headline. But Kelsea Ballerini and Chase Stokes have split after nearly 3 years together. This is really shocking. I actually thought they were endgame. Obviously, in my heart, I always wanted Chase and Madeline Klein together, but like, it's fine. Anyway, so country singer Outer Banks star have broken up after nearly 3 years together, and people didn't know if this was true or not, but Kelsea Ballerini's rep did confirm it to people on September 14th. It was just really sudden because he did make a birthday Instagram post for Kelsea, like 2 days, I think, before this whole breakup was announced, and then she posted something for her birthday, then he commented a heart, and so it was really weird that all of a sudden, after a big birthday post, now they're not together. So it's just weird, like, they went from the super strong couple that everyone just loved, and they felt super just, like, great, to now not together. But sources close to the couple told people it just wasn't meant to be. Quote unquote, they're two adults who gave it their all and tried to do everything they could to make it work, but ultimately couldn't. It happens. And listen, like, yeah, it happens. People just break up. I think it's just so weird that it was so sudden. And that's a thing with, like, just breakups in general, and especially with celebrities. Like, we as people, right, who are looking at these relationships, when we see people sharing their relationship to us and they break up, it's like, we want to know what happened. Like, it seems so good. And like, I feel like human beings are just nosy in nature. Like, we want to know what happened. And I wish that, like, when a couple breaks up, like, we could know, like, the reasoning why, you know what I mean? Even though I get, like, that's their privacy and their business. Like, we don't literally deserve to know, like, it's not our lives. But it's just like, I wish that we can know the reasoning for, like, people breaking up, you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of the times when it's celebrities, it's always like, you know, oh, they got caught cheating and there was, like, photo evidence and, like, it's everywhere because they're famous. But when it's something like this where it's like, it just happens, like, okay, but what just happened? Because he just posted you 2 days ago and now all of a sudden you're broken up. So, like, did you have a fight? Like, were you not together and then you were together? Like, what's going on? I don't know. And maybe we'll know because I think she was pretty open with her divorce, so maybe she'll write some songs about it. Who knows? But I'm kind of excited because now like Chase is like a single man, and I want to see who he dates next. You know what I mean? Also like KELSEA, like who's she gonna date next? Who knows? Maybe he'll go back to like Madeline Klein. Is she dating? I actually have no idea. Is Madeline Klein? Because also, okay, this is a thought that I have all the time, but like when there's like a really big TV show like Summer I Turned Pretty, and like the two main characters are just like on the show so in love and like have to keep acting and pretending, like how do they not catch feelings? Like I know it's like a professional thing, but like I don't know how they do that. Okay, so Madeline Klein is single. Her last relationship was Pete Davidson, and then before that Chase Stokes. So maybe there can be some rekindling there. I don't know why they broke up. Maybe I do, but I don't remember. Okay, maybe there's some rekindling there. Who knows? All right, and then our next story, Natasha. I'm not going to be able to say. I never know how to pronounce people's last names, so I'm not even going to pronounce it. But Candace Cameron's daughter. Is it Bure or Bure? I think it's Bure. I don't freaking know. And then Bradley Stephen Perry, who was on Good Luck Charlie. They got married at a romantic garden wedding in Malibu. So her and Bradley Stephen Perry got engaged in April, 9 months after they publicly confirmed their romance. The proposal was actually so cute. So I guess when he asked her to be his girlfriend, he had this little sign and it said like girlfriend, like yes or no. And then it was like the no was crossed off and you had to like pick yes either way. And so he did that same, recreated the same sign, and it said wife, yes, and then yes, no, cross out. So cute. I love when like people draw back from past things. Like it's just so sweet that people can remember that kind of stuff. But the wedding was just so gorgeous. They are just so cute. I love both of them so much. Like just growing up with Gabe from Good Luck Charlie and then Candace Cameron's daughter. I just love. I didn't even know. Like when I first saw that they were dating, I was like, oh my gosh, that's like so funny. Two worlds colliding. Full House. Good Luck Charlie. Now they're together. Like I love that. So very happy for them. And they got married September 14th. Malibu, California, 150 guests, Calamigos Ranch. The couple told People, it's almost impossible to put into words what our wedding truly feels like. It's surreal and overwhelming in all the best ways. There's nothing better than marrying your best friend. This day is also so much more than just a celebration of our love. It's a reminder of how blessed we are to be surrounded by the most incredible family and friends. And they all just look so gorgeous. So excited for them. Oh, and then Aunt Becky's daughter, Olivia Jade, she was also there because her and Natasha are like best friends. And so that's also kind of like a full house reunion as well. So cute, obsessed, love, 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 love. I just love weddings, like so pretty. All right, so our last two stories are going to be some TV recap. I'm saving Dancing with the Stars until, I guess I did TV recap before it was Summer I Turned Pretty. Anyway, Dancing with the Stars recap. I have my little notepad here. I was taking notes, you guys, while I was watching the show. I was taking notes. And I'm going to share all of my notes. But before that, I want to talk very quickly about Love Island Games. So Love Island Games came back this week. I've been watching every single episode. It is so much better than just Love Island the last season. It's so good. There's so many people who came back. Charlie came back. Chris came back. Andrina came back. What's her face who was with Rob and got sent home, she came back. KK is back. Lots of people came back, and it's so good. I love this so much better than regular because they just do like a lot of competitions, and then if you lose, like you might get sent home and blah blah blah. So it's more like game based, and like you can couple up based on like who are the strongest people. And so like if you like, you don't have to couple up for love, you can couple up for just like, hey, you're really strong, like I'm really fast, like let's do this and win all these games together. So if you're looking for something to watch, Love Island Games, it's so good and it's so funny. Like the challenges are hilarious. Like if you want a good laugh, just turn it on and go watch that. So I'm probably not gonna like deep dive recap this every week, but like it's really good, and like I will be watching this whole season. I think it's like a 3-week season, and the winner gets $250,000, so that's actually kind of crazy. So yeah, Love Island Games, there you go. All right, we're gonna get into our Dancing with the Stars recap. Let me give a little preface to you guys. I've been watching Dancing with the Stars. It came out 2005. Like I was born in 2000. Like I've been watching this since I came out of the womb. I've been watching every single season. I see so many new fans who are really, really, really just like making me mad and annoyed and frustrated. They literally have no idea what they're talking about, especially like this newer generation who like, I feel like all they know is TikTok dances, right? They don't know ballroom dances. And I'm like, for instance, Whitney and Mark's tango, okay? They're literally just like walking around the ballroom dance, like not even doing anything exciting, like no tricks. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong? This is a tango. We're not over here doing flips and tricks the whole freaking time. Like, if you've actually seen the show, you're not really supposed to do all the flips and tricks. Like, we want to just see you dance. So anyway, I'm prefacing this by like, I'm an actual watcher of the show. I am not some new fan of the show who's just going to be talking out of my butt, like not even knowing what I'm saying. Like, I actually love the show. I know what the show is about. I don't love that we're moving into this whole new generation. I know we're doing like a TikTok theme night, which I'm not obsessed with because I'm an OG fan. But like, I get it. Times are changing. But I took notes on every single couple. I'm going to be giving my predictions. I am so excited. I hope you're excited too to listen to all of my notes. Okay, so we started off with Jordan and Ezra. Now, coming into this season, I had exceptionally high expectations for them. Specifically for Jordan, I didn't know how I was going to feel about Ezra because, again, he is a newer pro. And I feel like if you're a newer pro, you're automatically at a disadvantage because some of these pros have been there for years and years and years. And I think when you have a pro who's really good at choreography, for example, Mark, Val, Daniela, like you're already like way ahead of the game. And so I was nervous for Ezra. I had high expectations for Jordan because she's a gymnast and historically gymnasts do very, very well. Now, my husband and I scored before the judges scored. I gave them a 5. They got a 5 and a 6. Oh, first of all, there were also 2 judges. Karen and Nabo was not there the first night, which like was kind of fun because like Derek and Bruno are like so fun together. I love the judges. People were hitting on the judges online. I was like, what? Y'all need to like go somewhere else. Like, don't watch the show then. This is not for you. So this was the first dance. So I'm going to give her some grace because she didn't seem confident. She seemed super insanely confident when they were not dancing together. So like when she was just dancing on her own side by side with him, she was doing great. And you would expect that because like gymnasts, like they do the floor routine. So she did really well with that. But when they were dancing together, and I don't know, again, it might have been Ezra's choreography because she was doing a lot of flips and tricks and stuff. And when you're doing like dances, like they were doing a salsa, we just want to see them dance, right? Like I don't want to see them flipping up and down and all around. That does great for making viral moments online. But at the end of the day, like you just want to see them dance. You know what I mean? So like too many tricks for me, really weird choreography. And so I think if he does better at the choreography, the dance is going to be better. And again, it was the first dance. She was probably really nervous, but didn't love. And I don't think she's going to make it to the finale. I know a lot of people thought that she might make it to the finale. After seeing their first dance together, I don't see it happening, unfortunately. I know. Dylan and Daniela did a cha-cha. Okay, you know what? I don't know if I wrote down what the judges scored them. I just think I wrote down I scored them. I think that they got 5s as well. Okay, this was another one I had high expectations for, and they let me down. I know. Daniela's my favorite. I'm pretty sure if I had to guess. Yeah, she's my favorite female pro. Now that I think about it. She's really good at choreography. Now, again, Dylan's never danced before. He can move. So, like, this is a positive. Is, like, I love seeing someone who can't come out dancing super strong the first week and then improves himself. Like, Joey, he did amazing the first week and, like, yeah, won. But, like, I love seeing someone who, like, has never danced. Like, it's not great, but then, like, the pro and then their, like, willingness to learn, like, take it super far and, like, do amazing. So I can see him 100% improving. Is he at the top of my list? No. Like, I was putting him semifinals, finals just because of her and of him. But, like, I don't know anymore. I'm going to have to see how the next few weeks go. He can move. Like, he has got it. And I think that they can pull it together. But, yeah. I wrote down good arm extension. And, again, he also kind of looked nervous, too. But what the judges were saying is that like Daniela was overpowering him, and she is like such an amazing pro. Like she's just like the best all around. And so I think, yes, she did dance way more than him and like way better than him. So they just need to like get it together, like tighten it up, because like I really want them to go far, but he also did disappoint me. I thought he was gonna do a little bit better. He didn't do bad by all means. I gave them a 6, and I think they got 5s. So I need to remember for like this next week to write down what the judges scored them. Okay, Elaine and Alan did cha-cha. I had not super high expectations. She exceeded my expectations. Holy crap, she was so freaking good. Like, especially for her age. They did a cha-cha. I loved her outfit. She really, really impressed me. She just needed to be, for me, like a little bit sharper, like finishing her movements. But like, holy crap. Like, she did so freaking good. I wonder if I can pull up the scores of the first week. I gave them a 6.5. Is this going to give me all of the scores? Okay, yes. All right. So Jordan, Ezra, they both got 5s. Dylan and Daniela both got 5s. Elaine got 2 6s, which like I agree with. She can go far. It really just comes down to like voting, right? But like she did so good, exceeded my expectations. I also love Alan. Loved it. Amazing, iconic dance. She did so well. Whitney and Mark did a tango. Holy crap. Okay. You guys, like her kicks, her movements, they were so in sync. Like it was so good that like it looked so easy, right? Like they did so amazing. I give them an 8.5. They got an 8 and a 7. Bruno put up a 7, but then he plugged in 8. So like technically, it was the best. It was so tango, right? Like they had so many tango moves. She was so good. I saw like no mess ups. Like it was flawless to me. It was so good. And if that's a week 1 dance, like she's gonna make it to the finale. I hope she wins. Obsessed with that. That was my favorite. I'll get to it. But like I love her. They did so amazing, and I love Mark. So like she better go far, or I'm gonna like. I don't even know. Okay, Baron and Britt. They did a cha-cha. I had really low expectations for him. He exceeded them. He exceeded my expectations. Like I was pleasantly surprised. My favorite thing was his personality. Like he was so fun. He was so confident. I loved him so much. They got a 5 and a 5, but like he did so good. I gave them a 6. I love his personality. Way better than I thought. And he can move and he can dance. And so this was week 1, like week 1 jitters. Like I think he's going to improve a lot. I don't think he's going to make it too far, but like I love them. I was obsessed. He did so good. I was like sitting there like, holy crap, he's doing so much better than I thought he was going to be. Okay, next, Alex and Val. I loved this dance. I was nervous that she was going to be stiff, but she can dance. So like they're going to make it really, really, really far. I loved the whole production. I think her and Val are going to do really, really well together. I gave them an 8. They did a cha-cha. It was so good. They got a 7 and a 6. I think it should have been 2 7s, but like it was so like she was so sharp and like finished all her movements. That's something that like I look for. And like I used to dance when I was a kid, okay? So like I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, one thing that's important in ballroom and just like Dancing with the Stars in general is being sharp and finishing your movements. She was really sharp. She like was just moving really fluidly with Val. It was such a good dance, and I think that she's gonna do really, really, really well and make it really far. Obviously, she has the votes. Like she's gonna make it to the finale. If I had to guess. All right, next, Danielle and Pasha, they did a tango. Let me just say, I didn't know how she was going to do. I said originally, like, she's going to be just, like, the heart of the show. And, like, she was. Like, that was such an amazing dance. She looked beautiful. She moved so well. She looked amazing. You could tell that she was, like, genuinely enjoying it. Like, she wasn't nervous. She wasn't trying to focus on what's the next move and what's the next step. She was just like enjoying it and smiling the whole entire time. I love her and Pasha. I don't think they're going to make it to the finals, but I really want her to make it as far as she can because I love them together. She danced so well, you guys. They got 2 6s. Like, it's just, I loved them. She stunned me. Literally everyone stunned me. Like everyone, I was like, seriously, this is going to be a really hard season because it's not like we're going to be sending home bad people the next, like, coming up in the next few weeks, right? It's going to be like good dancers going home. But anyway, they did amazing. Okay, next, Scott and Riley. I did say he brought her flowers, so like points for me. They did a tango. He did not exceed my expectations. I had very high expectations for him. And I don't know if maybe it was just the tango dance style. I think he might do better at other dance styles. But I wrote work on feet and they did better. Okay, so just like Ezra and Jordan, he danced way better, more confidently when they were dancing separate than when they were together. And I don't know if that's like I don't know what that means, but like to me, like that's something I notice is like sometimes they'll just dance way better on their own than when they're with their partner. I thought it was a really good dance. They did get 2 5s, and yeah, I don't know. I had very high expectations, and again, he can like improve, I'm sure. But yeah, him and Jordan need to work on when they're dancing together. So that's my little notes. Okay. Jen and Jan, listen, girl can dance. He also got her flowers. So like points, like now I'm obsessed with him and I want them to like go super far. That was, I think, one of my, if not the most fun dance to watch, because Jen was having so much fun. They did a salsa. They got 2 6s. They did amazing. My only notes, again, is there were too many flips and tricks. And again, he's never been a pro Dancing with the Stars. So I think it's a learning curve. And now he's going to know, hopefully, like later on, don't do so many like tricks. And I wonder if when you're a new pro, if people take you aside and tell you like, hey, don't do this or do that. But that was an amazing first dance for them. She just had a kid, like actually crazy. But yeah, lots of tricks I wrote down. But like I love him as a pro. I think they're gonna go really, really far. And she was just having so much fun. Like that's what I love to see. I love to see a contestant who just is like having fun. You can tell when someone just like, okay, what's my next step? Like just focusing too hard. But her and then Danielle Fishel, they were just having so much fun dancing. So love. I gave them a 7 and they got 2 6s. Like whatever. All right, Corey Feldman and Jenna, they did a tango. Not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. They got a 4 and a 5, which I thought was ridiculous. I think it should have been 2 5s. But yeah, they did pretty good. Like he, to me, was like really sharp, was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. He was, again, someone who was having a lot of fun and smiling the whole time. Yeah. There's also like a lot more like dance content. Like he was moving a lot. There were a lot of dance moves. And I think that's a big thing is like if you can remember a lot of dance moves and dance steps, I think that's really important than like people who, you know, the pro gives them like 4 steps. So they did really good. I don't think they're going to make it far because again, he's not going to have the votes, but like definitely like did way better than I thought he was going to do. Okay, Lauren and Brandon did a tango. They got a 7 and a 6. I gave them a 7.5. I think she has a lot of potential. I think it was a really, really, really great first dance. And again, I mean, she's a performer. She was in Fifth Harmony, so like I didn't know what to expect with her, but I liked it very much. I loved her confidence. I think that they're gonna go really far as well, and the girl can dance. It was really good, so I'm excited for them. All right, then we have Andy and Emma that did a cha-cha. Look, like it wasn't good, you know what I mean? Like we all knew this. I don't know what I expected. The thing with Emma is I think that, okay, so like obviously Emma the past few times has been getting paired with like older dudes, and I honestly think that she kind of, I don't think she gives them enough dance moves. And I don't know if it's because she doesn't want to like teach it to them or if it's just like too much of them to learn. But like I feel like she does them a disservice because she doesn't give them a lot of dance moves, and maybe they just like can't. But like I feel like she could, I don't know, add some more content in there. I love Emma though, so like it was hard, but they got a 5 and a 4 as well. Yeah, he was having fun, but like they're not gonna go that far. All right, Hilaria and Gleb, holy crap, they did a cha-cha. I gave them an 8.5 / like potential 9. I've heard that she was a dancer. Holy crap, she can dance. She is amazing. Like they did amazing. They got 2 7s, which like kind of crazy. She did so good. I don't know if they'll have votes, but like if they had votes behind them, like I could see them making the finale. She is so good. Like she was really good. Apparently, like I haven't read all of it, but I know that she was like a professional dancer or something. Yeah, she did really good. And then best for last, you guys, Robert and Whitney. The fact that he said he's never danced before is actually crazy. It must just be in the Irwin genes because obviously his sister won. They did a jive, which is, if you know, a jive is a crazy first dance to do for first week. Like so tiring, a lot of jumping, like kicks, flicks, crazy that they did that. I give them a 9. They got a 7 and 8. They should have gotten higher in my opinion, but he's amazing. Like literally, I think he did like 2 or 3 steps and they were so sharp and like so good, and he was moving. I was like, oh yeah, he's good. Like this is gonna be amazing. So him and Whitney were my favorite dances of the night, just like dance wise, content wise, and just like having fun. I did love Jen and Yan. She was having so much fun. Danielle's was so good. Alex Earl's was so good. Literally, like, everyone's was so good. Seriously, like, this is going to be so hard and so difficult. They did double their premiere voting from last season, which obviously, like, I feel like every year it just gets bigger and bigger. Next week, 2 people are going to leave. If I had to guess, or who it should be Andy and Emma, and it also should be Corey and Jenna. If I had to pick a third, I'm not going to pick a third. I don't want to pick a third yet. So, anyway, that's that. Everyone's so good. This is going to be such a hard competition. Once we like get, I don't want to be mean and say like get out, but once we get out the like lower scores, it's going to be really hard. But Whitney and Mark, Robert and Whitney, and then I guess I'll do Alex and Val. And then other than that, it's just to see like who else is going to like improve and like what else is going to happen. So anyway, those were all the stories for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm loving like we're in the seasons where there's just so much going on and it's just so fun. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your weekend, that you have an amazing next week. And as always, just thank you so much for tuning in. You can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, Spotify, Good Pods. I post on YouTube. And again, everything is always linked below wherever you're listening or watching. I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in with me every week. And I will see you next week for some more. Bye, guys.